this is my first vlog, so I have to introduce myself. I am Dula. I am a management professor. I've been teaching management for the past 20 years. And before that, I've been in the private sector for 16 years. In the university, I've been a faculty club president and management program coordinator. I wish to share with you some important topics that I've been discussing in my classroom, which I think is very helpful in our everyday life. I'm going to tell you 7 steps in decision making. Well, decision making is very important. Maybe you're not aware. The moment you make a choice, you already decided. So the process of making choices is actually decision making. Every morning when you wake up, you actually make a choice whether to stand up immediately or have another 15 minutes of snoozing, and then you take a bath, what soap are you gonna use, or what shampoo in breakfast, whether you want to take breakfast or not. It's like millennials today, they don't almost take breakfast anymore. They want to maintain figures. So every day we're like, you make decisions. The question right now is, do you have to really subject this decision, and make these small things to a complete decision-making process? Of course not. If it's a minor issue, you can just use your intuition or your common sense, your needs. But I suggest that when you are about to make big decisions, like marriage, like what school to enroll, or what car to buy, or what computer, or what cell phone to buy, or where to apply a job, those kind of decisions, you need to subject them to decision-making process. There are several steps in decision-making process. One is identify the problem. Second, set your criteria in evaluating the alternatives that will solve your problem. List your alternatives. Number 4 is evaluate your alternatives. Then choose the best alternative. Then implement the chosen best alternative. And then evaluate what happened. So these are the 7 steps in decision making. Now, let me go to this one by one. The first step is identify your problem. It's important that you must know your problem. Because how can you solve your problem if you do not know your problem? Right? Basic, right? Or, it's just like, how can you face a problem if the problem is a face? No, it's a joke. No? Anyway, you really have to know by heart the problem. You're confronted with so many problems, but right now, the most important problem that you have, maybe that's a first thing that you must solve, no? Okay. Now, the next step is set the criteria in evaluating the alternatives that will be used to solve your problem. Now, setting the criteria is very important, because if you don't set the criteria, any alternative will do. Now, if you set the criteria, these alternatives will be screened through those criteria. So therefore, criteria is important. Now, what's your basis of the criteria? The basis of your criteria is your value system. If the problem is personal, your personal value system. If the problem is institutional, then the value system of the company, like what? Long-term strategy, vision, mission, culture of the company, instructions from the owners of the company, those things. You have to base it from those things, no? To set the criteria. Now let's go to personal problem. So infuse your goal into your criteria, or infuse your value, I mean. Value is anything that is important to you. It could be, like for instance, education could be a good value system. Importance, you took importance on education, no? Okay, so anything that's important to you is part of your value system. Okay, so your value system will dictate your criteria, and your criteria will be able to be the basis of evaluating the alternatives. So, connected, no? And after setting the criteria, you list down your alternatives. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, in listing down the alternatives should be doable or can be done. Otherwise, it's useless to be writing alternatives which cannot be done because of, say, logistical problem or time constraints. So, alternatives should be doable or can be done. Then, evaluate your alternatives one by one using your criteria. Now, I forgot to mention, criteria should also be ranked accordingly. The most important criteria, the next important, then the less important. Maybe give them weights. For instance, if you're cost conscious, the cost effectiveness should be 50% or 0.5. Quality conscious, maybe not so, just give it 30% or 0.3. And then brand conscious, no? 0.2 or 20%. The total of the weight should be 100, don't forget that. So, the weights, so the alternative should be evaluated by way of the criteria. So, to do it, well, when your objective is just to choose from the alternative, all you have to do is to rank them, right? So the best alternative, based on the criteria, should be 1, 2, 3. Should have the weight of, should be given a value of 4. The next best should be given 3, 2, 1 accordingly. Then multiply them with the weights of the criteria. And then do it on the next criteria and the next criteria and so on. And then do the summation. Summation of the product of the weights times the value of the alternative. Then whatever alternative has the highest value in terms of summation is the best alternative. Therefore, choose that best alternative as your best option to implement. And at that point, you already made the decision. Choosing the best alternative is already a decision. And then, at that point, that's already decision making. No? The moment you chose, you already decided. So, from step 1 to step 5 is decision making. Then, implement the decision. Okay? Because if you do not implement the decision, it's a waste of time again. It's a waste of time and resources. So implement your decision. Well, the implementation could be, can have their own time frame. Could be 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year, etc. Depending on the activity that should be implemented. And then, while implementing the decision, no, you need to monitor and evaluate. Monitor is when you are doing while the activity is going on, while the implementation is going on, that's monitoring. Evaluation is when the activity is finished and you want to compare the actual results with the targeted plan, no? Targeted plan, and then find out the deviation. if the actual result is below the target, it means negative deviation. If the actual result is equal the target, no deviation, so it's good. If the actual result is more than the target, it's positive deviation, it's better. But some people, but too much positive deviation could also be an indication of a wrong target setting maybe, or wrong plan. There's something wrong with too much deviation, whether positive or negative. Okay, so if the implementation is good and everything is positive or no negative deviation, just continue. Maybe improve it along the way a little bit, a little bit. Maybe you can use the concept of total quality management, improving little by little but continuous, no? Total quality management. And so that's those are the steps in management, no? And decision making. Decision making. I hope that I was able to remind you of these basic management concepts. Next video it will be exciting. I will going to show you that this decision making process, no, plus capital trigo engineering is applicable even in finding your Mr. Right or Miss Right or soulmate. I'll show you next video, and it has some computation. I'll try to show the computation. Don't forget to subscribe this channel for more management lessons in less than 5 minutes, or less than 15 minutes, right?